So we just finished our vid up at the, what's the name of that mountain, Sammy, again? I always forget that.
Timbiwa. Yeah.
So, and just did on our way down, this couple saw us checking out the rocks and they asked if we're geologists, which is funnily enough. And then that led into a whole series of interesting chats. So we're going to put that up. I don't know if the audio is very good because Sammy was sort of filming it without them knowing. But yeah, it sort of also made us think, you know, should we start just chatting to the general public and asking them questions? So that's something I think we're going to start doing. So hope you like the vid, and yeah, it's I mean, the great thing is, guys, we've got truth on our side, so there's nothing stronger than the truth. So just keep your truth and keep it real. While we're talking,
You little devil, you.
yeah. Have you ever questioned that you think you're living on a spinning ball or not? And just think about why you think you're living on a spinning ball, and see if you could actually convince me why you think you're living on a ball. Not in thinking about NASA and no CGI images from space, because I can say I've got a unicorn at home, right? And you'll go, show me. I'll go, no, I won't show. I've got pictures of it, you know. But I do. I've got a unicorn at home. That's what NASA does. And yeah, I mean, it's just a great time to be alive. I mean, my 17-year-old son, you know, we've been at this I've been at this for about 7 years now, questioning the mainstream narrative. And basically the conclusion I've come to is everything's a lie, not just one thing. And if you can actually see, we live in a world where you go to school, I call it indoctrination, not education. We live in a world where if you're good at repeating, you get rewarded. So you do tests, you know, you go to school and if you repeat what you're told, you're smart, okay? So in my world, these people aren't smart to me, you know. And I've always just thought there was something wrong with this system, you know. Now it's all falling apart. And it's pretty clear that, yeah, something happened around the 1850s where, you know, like colonisation began, you know, around the world. And you look at the word colonies, like humans, we don't colonise, we're not, you know, insects colonise, you know, and wars and all this sort of. Do you know anyone you've ever met who wants to fight or start a war?
Kill people.
You know what I mean? Like humans, this is something that has been.
But you have
this is
people
not human
who
nature.
follow someone who says you must do that.
That's right.
Yeah, or they fight, and we actually came across that the other day,
So
didn't
always
we?
be
We
wary
were
of
talking about
people who
someone
swear an
who were probably the same age at war, and they were one was German and one was English, and
there was a British machine gunner was advancing, and as a machine gunner he carried a pistol, and he came across a wounded German officer who spoke perfect English. He said he was possibly educated at an English university, and he was that badly wounded he knew he'd die, and he asked the English soldier to put him out of his misery with his pistol. And he said, if it was a dog, I would have done it. I couldn't do it. So this poor bastard had to die in agony.
But if they weren't fighting for different countries, they probably would have been friends.
They probably would have been friends. Mate, it was the two countries that said go out and shoot each other.
Well, the art of war is to divide and conquer. So through religion, you create divide. Through politics, you create divide. So all these things are there to divide us, you know. And media is all owned by these elitists. So they're all pushing this agenda, and that's when people are watching television and believing it. Like there's no virus, there's no killer virus. The virus is the television. There's no virus, mate.
I disagree with that.
Oh well, it's good you watch television. You know?
No, we also work in the hospital.
Well,
so we see sick people.
And
we know that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at you can pick that apart. You know, we're talking 98% people live through this. Where's the flu gone? There's no cases of flu anymore.
Oh, there were actually. There was a 1,084 this year gone past compared to 57,000. Just because everyone was washing their hands and so forth, and no flying in and out and things like that.
But again, cleaning your hands and that does all the time actually makes you more susceptible to all this stuff. So that is again, what they do with the truth, they twist it. They twist it in a way that people think.
Definitely, I agree with you with the media.
Yeah, on
because even just recently they were talking about this virus, and 3 different channels said that plane came from Doha, and then they said Abu Dhabi, and then the other news said Dubai. You think, well, they just run with it.
Yeah, and they show you those bad, you know, where all these people are dying in these wards. It's a TV set. You know, they've showed like so much media where they go, this is, you know, in Iran or whatever. It's the same TV set they've showed in America and so forth. It's the same image.
Yeah.
They're saying all these sick people are coming into, you know, it's the biggest load of codswallop. You know, but again, how do you, if you want to put it this way, if you want to destroy, they couldn't have done this unless it was a medical thing. That's the only way they've been able to get people get people to take this vaccination. And look, if it's what it's about is depopulation. So these people.
Oh, the virus having the deaths. So you
no,
mean?
they're trying to wipe out. These elitists. There's something a lot deeper than what we've been told. And, you know, it all spawns, you know, through these elite families like your Rothschilds, and you know, they've been around for a long time. So
yeah. Okay, what's your YouTube?
Ours is called Truth Hurts.
Truth Hurts.
But I'd advise you to get onto a guy called Autodidactic.
Okay.
Yeah, because autodidactic means to be self-taught.
Okay.
And if you're self-taught, and yeah, you'll see he's just a great guy to point everything out and just and in a really good way and presents it really well, and he's an educated guy, and once you start to look into this stuff, it's really clear.
Yeah.
You know, but at first it's a shock to the system. I've had my ex-brother-in-law. I questioned him about the shape of the earth, and he thought, mate, you're crazy. Okay, that's the first thing people say. 6 months later, thank you for, you know.
Yeah.
So it only takes looking into it.
Yeah.
The people, it's, you know, this is not an accident. Again, fluoride in the water, just rat poison. So people are drinking rat poison every day, and like we live in a population. They say that in movies like the apocalypse of zombies walking around. We are they are zombies, mate. Yeah. Everyone's eating meat as well. Yeah. Like we're vegan, you know, and I don't, but I tell you what, eating death is not good for a human. We're electrical beings, you know. That's where we're made of atoms. That's where you get the term anatomy. You know, because we're electrical. And then it just gets weirder and weirder. Like everything that materialises in this realm is between the blue and red light spectrum. So that's why you have in politics blue and red. That's why in boxing you have blue and red. That's why you got a blue and red water tap. That's why in the Matrix you got blue and red. You take a blue or red pill. We see between the blue and light spectrum, between your chakras, it's the blue and red spectrum. Okay, so we can only see a little bit. You know, but everything materialises between the blue and red, what they call blue shift, red shift. Okay. Yeah. So there's just so much, you know. I'll even have this chat with you now. Not many people will stand here as long as you guys are.
You see it in the nature as well.
Yeah, well,
like
there's
I was thinking you're a geologist taking photos.
Yeah, we're guitar makers. Yeah, so I make custom guitars.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so he's my apprentice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's nature like these. Yeah, we always thought that these buildings were, these mountains were old trees. Because I don't know if you've looked into the Devil's Tower in America, if you've ever heard of that. You know, even Google that when you're in the car. The Devil's Tower looks like a tree stump. It's been cut down. And you can see on a cellular level all these, like, if you cut, like, went up to that tree now and cut it down and put it under a microscope, you'd see all the on the cellular levels, like, and this tree you can't form these perfect hexagonal. You'll see if you check that out, the Devil's Tower. So it's just a matter of starting to look into stuff, and then you go, well, that's a lie. If they're lying about that, what else are they lying about? And you know, if you want to control a population and keep them in one spot, how do you do it? You tell them you're living on a spinning ball. You can't get off. And you're looking at the longest known treaty known to man. It's the Antarctic Treaty. You know, so, and then you can look at, see, for thousands of years we lived in what they knew was a geocentric world where everything revolved around us. So now we live in the heliocentric world, which has only been around for the last couple of 100 years, where people believe they're living on a spinning ball. You know, tell you one quick thing. And then I'll leave it there. This will seal the deal for you to start questioning. Okay, so every night you'll see wherever you are in the country, wherever you are in the world, you can stay in that same spot and you'll see the same stars go past you every night. So where I'm in Croy, I see the same thing every night, night after night. Sailors have been using those stars to navigate for thousands of years. Yeah. So just quickly, if that's the sun, okay, and we are supposed to be spinning it around. It takes a whole year to go around the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it takes a whole year to go around the sun, every day we should see different star formations.
Star formations are a little bit different.
No, think about it. I see every night the same stars. It's not.
So if you're if you're in the northern hemisphere, you'd see different stars.
That's right. But if you stay in that spot, well, there's no curvature.
Well, why do you see different stars when you're in the northern?
That's what I'm saying, because it's a different part of the realm, mate. Like we live, there's a dome above us. So and within this dome, it's spinning around us like that. Okay.
So we're still in its spinning.
So think about this. So it takes a whole year to go around there. Yep. So all these stars you see, so you should see different stars every night. No matter where you are. I mean in Karoi, where I am, if I'm staying there every night, and if you're in the north, you're right, mate. If you're in the north, you're going to see different stars. That's correct. You're 100% right. But you'll see those same stars there every night for the rest of your life is what I'm saying. And I'll see the same stars where that are different to the ones you see. That's correct. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you, wherever you are, in those 2 points, you should see different stars because it takes a whole year to go around. And not only that, this is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, we're told. So the stars should just be these piggly all over the sky, you know? It's interesting.
But the stars, our relationship to the stars is different to our relationship to the sun. Right, so there's the Earth, and you had your sun here, and we're going around the sun.
Yep. Well, that's what you're told.
But what we're looking at is a heaven which is above the stars and the sun and the Earth and Mars and Venus and all the other planets. So we're looking at a much bigger picture.
So
we're not looking at the sun.
Yeah. Okay. So what you've got to remember, okay. This will spin you out even more. So the sun's not 93 million miles away. It's about 3,000 or 4,000 miles away. And through simple Pythagoras, you can watch the rays of the sun and trace them back to where they go. And and it's very easy to do that. And I've been in a plane and I've seen the sun like in the clouds. We've seen the sun engulfed by clouds. The sun's 93 million miles away. Okay, that just can't happen. Mate, there's pilots out there that they're on board with all this. You know, NASA flight manual, it says like they do all the tests on a flat stationary plane. All their tests are done. You can find that in NASA's. Yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well,
I lose my bet. You bet you're like
You wouldn't have picked that one.
And I did see the square rock.
Yeah.
I did see that. That makes a nice seat. Look at that there.
You can walk down at Noosa, right? On the main beach at Noosa and around the clock. You'll see the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, guys. Also, guys active. Another guy is John Levy. And trust me, if you start watching John Levy, L-E-V-I, and if you start watching his stuff, you'll never watch Netflix. The truth is stranger than fiction. Thanks, guys.